Alrighty.
I see. You went to get yourself a beverage. We put it in.
I just got myself some water. Yeah.
Oh.
Hydration. I understand.
Oh, hey, buddy.
Look, there's a pop in.
He can't hear you guys. You're in my ear. But
Oh.
Here, come here. Get down. Get down. Come on.
He's like,
get down.
He's like, Dad's distracted. I can get away with it. It'll be
Before
fine.
I came in, I had to tell Ed, I'm like, listen, he has connived enough candy in this household. You don't give your son another piece of candy. I let him like a handful of M&Ms. Like that shit went down for Easter, and we haven't recovered.
There you go. There you go.
Oh boy.
All right. So this is Horror in Heels. We're excited. We're excited today. We have a special guest.
If you guys read the heading, you know who it is.
But just for the intro, we've been doing the Final Destination series, and a friend of mine, I play flag football, and a friend of mine that I know from flag football, he happened to be in one of the Final Destination movies, the 5th one.
That's right.
To be exact. And Friday the 13th, which we already talked about that one.
Arlen gets murdered well in many movies.
It's true. It's true.
It comes with the territory being the black guy in a horror film.
Right?
I'm a big chested white girl, so I feel like Arlen and I
we're about the same. Yeah, we both get killed about the same time in these movies.
So welcome, Arlen, to the best that is Horror in Heels. We're happy to have you.
Thank you.
I don't even know where to start. I mean, we'll talk mostly about Final Destination 5, but we can also touch on Friday the 13th because I thought that was
whatever
really
you guys
cool.
want. No worries.
Yeah. So are you a fan of horror movies in general?
I do like horror movies.
Okay.
I've always liked horror movies. Even now, one of my favorite pastimes come around Halloween time is Universal Horror Nights. Like that is my thing.
Yes.
And it's been my thing for quite some time. Yeah. I mean, but so I'm also looking forward to like working out of town for a Halloween and maybe going to like someone else's haunted house, something that I haven't done before because I'm very much used to Universal. So I have fun. Don't get me wrong.
Same.
But I enjoy watching other people get scared. Yeah. But it would be something special for me to go to an actual haunted house, in a place that I've never been before.
So you don't know what to
from
expect.
Home. Yeah.
I feel
that'd be something special.
Yeah. Me and my brothers do Universal all the time. Like we've got a pattern. Like we get there early, hit the back, and then come forward. And that's how you avoid long lines. Just go straight to the back and then come make your way forward.
So you do the tram first.
We try to, yeah. We even go down the set to that lower level
by the mummy area.
Yeah, that area. Hit that first.
Sorry, that was an LA moment for people that don't know. We just
yes.
And Arlen, what like movie originally got you into the horror genre? What was your first one?
Oh my gosh. I don't even know the name of the first one that I saw. I remember this is back in the day now. This is back in the day. My mom and my dad rented some movie. And it was a horror movie about vampires. I don't remember the name of it at all because it was like a VHS they had gotten from the video store or something like that. And these, vampires, there's always some sort of like sex or something involved with vampires because they're sultry and sexy. That's what they do before they kill you. And
what a way to
go. There was a scene where there was like some sort of like a nightclub, and there were two vampire ladies dancing, one on the left and one on the right. I don't remember the name of this at all, but I was told by my parents to only look at the lady on the left because apparently the one on the right had less clothes on. I don't remember, I don't remember if I listen, but I remember that imagery very, very well. Like I remember that moment. That was the first time I remember seeing a horror movie, and I remember this like right after that scene. There's a woman talking to another woman and pretending like she's her friend, and literally her hand with like these long nails shoots through this woman's back with the heart in her hand.
Oh,
Yeah, it was very, very
Now I
like,
want to see it. I'm like, well, what is
yeah.
that?
I wish I knew what it was. This was like way back in the
Ooh,
day.
if any listeners know what that movie is, please let us know.
Yeah, let us
The
know.
giveaway is the two ladies dancing. That's how you'll figure
when
it
one
out.
is more clothed than the other, apparently. I was just gonna say the standards of horror parents is always so funny. Sex was the one thing that like my parents didn't want to see. Like heads getting chopped off is fine.
Right.
Someone getting stabbed, that's cool, whatever. But it was always like the nakedness and the sex. It was like, that's off limits.
You know what's so funny?
That's because you're from a Christian household, thow.
I don't know what it is.
I'm being.
Oh yeah. That could be, yeah.
Okay, because like I know that my father's side of the family, they're Roman Catholic, so they always cared. When I was with my mother's side of the family, they don't prescribe to any religion. So like, even though I was baptized until the day she died, my mother would complain that my aunt took my baptism outfit and gave it to her daughter to put on her doll, and my mother never got it back. I didn't care.
There's a movie there. I'm just telling you, there's a movie in there. You should write that. There's a movie in there.
Into a church again, woman, so I don't know.
There is a movie there.
Yeah, a horror movie where like you put the dress on the doll and something happens.
And the doll comes alive. There's something there.
Yeah,
I'm just
like
saying.
that. I'll try to write that.
We'll write that now. So Arlen, how'd you get into acting?
Oh boy. I found acting in the
right out the gate.
So here's the thing. So whenever I answer questions, I tend to tell stories.
That's fine.
But they're long-winded. So I try to.
That's what our edit button is for.
Oh no. I don't even know that'll help me.
Podcast here before, buddy, but that's what we're known for.
Our tangents are epic.
Okay, so let's see. How did I get into acting? So fourth grade, I got bussed out to a gifted magnet school. And I was the only Black kid in my entire school. Mm-hmm. They put me in the Black teachers class, and our class ended up getting chosen. Facts. Like literally, that's how it went.
And it was like, oh, cool. They'll get along.
He'll be okay here. Yeah. Her name was Miss Allen. She was absolutely amazing. Jovial, nice, hard when she needed to be hard, tough. She was a good teacher. I had the messiest desk. Me and my best friend Michiko, whose birthday just passed. Happy birthday, Michiko, because we still talk via Facebook.
Oh, nice.
So my elementary best friend Michiko, we literally would talk and play all day in class. That was our thing. And our class got picked to do the school play. And Miss Allen, being the amazing, blessed teacher that she is, she decided that we were going to do Hamlet. And I'm sure it was like a scaled down version of it, but nonetheless, it's Hamlet. I don't know Shakespeare. I don't know who Hamlet is. I'm like, whatever. So I'm sitting there at the time waiting to basically try to get one of these smaller roles, because the way she had it written, you could see how many lines different characters had and so forth. So in my mind, I'm like, cool, I'm gonna get one of these small roles and call it a day. That's what I'm gonna do. As she presents this to the whole class, she proceeds to let us know that we don't get to choose what we want to audition for. She already has her list together. So she starts going down the list. Luis will be playing Laertes. Noel will be playing Polonius. Like all of these roles are going. The smaller ones are gone. And I'm sitting here like, well, what am I going to play?
Like, you just gave away all my roles.
And then she says, and Hamlet will be played by Arlen Escarpeta. And my heart dropped. And I was like, what? There's no way, never, ever, not going to happen in front of people. This memorized? No. So after class, I went up to Miss Allen, and we had a good relationship already because, I was the Black kid and she was the Black teacher. And she and my mom had a good relationship because I was always getting in trouble at school. Not a bad kid, but, I got it. I didn't do my homework all the time. And I had a lot of fun in class. So I went up to her and I said, listen, Miss Allen, I don't think I should be the one to play Hamlet. Like, there's other roles I could be right for. And I gave her a list of people in my mind that could deliver on this role. And she looked at me with a straight face and she was like, why are you here? Why are you in my class? And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, you know exactly what I mean. Why are you in my class? And I was like, because I'm Black. And she was like, that's right. I'm here to make sure that you're doing your thing, this, that, or the other. And she said, she said, and she said, so I'll give you an option. You can either not take this role, and I'm going to call your mother and talk about something I'd done that week that they didn't talk about yet, or I try to see if I can actually do this thing. Fast forward, I'm like,
Extortion.
you know what? Pretty much.
I respect it. As
Oh
a
yeah,
it. Yeah,
she knew she knew my fear,
yeah.
So I literally I was like, okay, I think I can do this. I think I can do it. Everybody's getting off book, learning their lines. I still have my script. I don't know my lines. I'm still not locked in. It's about 4 or 5 days before we go on stage now. She pulls me to the side again after rehearsal one day, where I'm still up there with my piece of paper, and she said, "You notice that everybody else has an understudy except for you. That means no matter what happens, you don't get to quit. You'll be the only person on there on stage with a piece of paper. The school's going to be there. Your mom's going to be there. You're going to embarrass yourself. You're going to embarrass your mother, and it's really up to you at this point. What are you going to do about it?" So,
Wow.
yeah, she was real. So I I go home and I cram for the next 3 or 4 days before we go on stage, and that's how I learned that for the most part I have a photographic memory. When I actually apply myself,
Mhm.
I learned this thing. We perform it on stage. We get a standing ovation, and the only reason I decide I want to become an actor is because it made me feel good about myself. I
Wow.
did something that I didn't think I could do. Self-esteem. I was like, this feels good. And
That's
so I told my
awesome.
mom, I said, I want to do more of this. And she was like, really? And I was like, yeah. So then I went to a performing arts junior high school, when they actually funded the arts.
Yeah, yeah.
And they did right by me, you know what I mean?
Wow.
Had an actual film class where we edited and learned how to cut film. Our physical education teachers were former like performers and dancers and so forth. So we had to choreograph stuff, and it was crazy. It was really, really cool. Henry Winkler came to my junior high school because he was friends with one of our drama teachers.
Hey.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, that's cool.
you know and then fast forward, I ended up going to Hollywood High School. A couple of my friends got a record deal, and they were in and out of school because they're shooting music videos, they're going tour with all these different artists and stuff like that. They're back in town, they're back in school, and they're about to shoot this video, and they were like, you should ask Miss D, who was our magnet coordinator and almost like our principal at the time, if you can go. And I was like, I don't think she's gonna let me go. They're like, you should ask her. So I go, and I'm like, Miss D, can I go with Third Story is the group? And I was like, can I go with Third Story to this music video? And she was like, what? No, go to class. And I was like, listen, I said, we're performing arts high school. They're doing it. Like, I should be there,
Right.
and I gave her this whole spiel, and she looked at me, she was like, okay, what time are you gonna be back? And I had to be back at a certain time. My mother didn't even know I was going to this place.
Oh wow. You're trying to get your ducks in a row before you even
Right. So they she didn't know till after the fact.
Oh, she didn't know
No,
you were going to go at any point. Oh, okay,
now
okay.
now they had a road manager who also worked at the school, so they felt like we were taken care of, right? They weren't just
Yeah.
letting us go. But my mom didn't know. I ended up going to the music video shoot. Actors were late, they needed extras in a scene. I get in this scene, and this kid is playing really bad violin music in the front of a classroom, and we're supposed to look really bored as the students. I wasn't a good enough actor at the time, and I wasn't doing a good job. So the director was like, Arlen, fall asleep. Pretend like you're sleeping. So I fall asleep. What I don't know is, while I'm pretending to be sleeping, he's pointing at other people and telling them to leave the scene. And so then he's like, wake up. And so I popped my head up, and I was looking around like, whoa, where did everybody go? And I gave this really weird, crazy look. He was like, okay, now leave. And I get up and I leave, and it made it into the music video.
Oh, that's awesome.
Um, and they ended up going to the Tarzan premiere. They met a movie producer who was producing a film at the time. They show him the music video. They tell him that's our friend Arlen. He's also an actor at our school. And he's like, tell him to call me. I'm trying to produce this movie, and I'm looking for actors to manage. I called him, but I'm running track and I'm playing football like really heavy at the time. So I blow him off, don't even call him back. I'm like, whatever, don't even think about it. Fast forward, I get to college now, and I have all this extra time on my hand because you get to pick when you take your
Yeah,
classes.
yeah.
And I was like, I should have called that producer guy back. I could have been doing this acting thing. Now I'm just stuck in school doing school stuff, right? So I ended up going back to my high school, maybe my second year of college, to visit one of my track coaches to talk about some track stuff. Run into someone at my high school that was still there, from one of the younger classmen that's still there, and they're like, "Oh, that's so crazy! I just had a meeting with that manager the other day, and he mentioned your name." And I was like, "Really?" I was like, "Was he mad because I never called him back?" He was like, "No." He said, "If I saw you, to tell you to call him." I was like, "Give me his number, because I don't have his
Wow.
number anymore." Give me his number. I called him. Turns out that same week he had just got the money to greenlight his film that he was producing. He let me audition. It was a long audition process. I ended up booking the job. That movie called The Players Court got me into the Screen Actors Guild because they Taft-Hartley'd me.
Yeah.
He signed me up for management, cold called a whole bunch of agents. An agent at CESD just happened. It was CED at the time. Now it's CESD. Actually picked up the phone, and Bob Preston, that's his name actually. And he's from the, sorry, there's so much
No.
layers here.
Keep going.
He was from the Bay Area. My manager was also from the Bay Area, so they clicked right away when they started talking. He's like, "Bring him in tomorrow." So I go in for a meeting. They like me. I need to get new headshots, but they'll sign me. They end up signing me. I get new headshots, and they throw me out there with the Wolves.
Wow.
And that's how I get into the business.
Into acting. Wow.
Sorry, I told you it was a long
No,
story.
that's a good story. That's a good story.
Yeah.
That's all the things lining up for you.
I literally tell people, like, when sometimes actors will ask me, "So hey, how do I get in?" And I'm like, honestly,
you're like, I have no.
There's no rhyme or reason.
No.
There's some, you know what I'm saying? Like, my avenue was literally my avenue in my lane that I had no control over. I was literally just living life.
Mm-hmm.
And and when the opportunity came, I took it and never looked back.
That's so cool. I like that. Yeah.
Face like this.
What?
I mean, you're a handsome man.
That helps.
I try,
I didn't know you went to Hollywood High. Did you play in any of our leagues that played there?
No, and I've always been a little bit mad about that, because when I went there, it was called the Dirt Bowl. There was no turf. There was no grass. There was one field that was designated to football, soccer, baseball, and softball. So we were never able to grow real grass because there was always another sport coming right afterwards. So it was called the Dust Bowl. So now
they got
when I go there for a game, and I'm like, really? What are these locks?
This is
this is how we're doing it.
That's how I feel. Yeah, going back to college, I'm always like, yeah, that's what the cafeteria wants to look like now. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Cool. It always gets better after you leave in some kind of way.
Yeah.
What was Friday the 13th your first horror movie that you did?
It was, let me think.
That was 2009, I believe, if that helps.
Yeah, but like, in between, as actors, you do all kinds of little things here or there. Yeah. I think it was my first horror film, if I'm not mistaken. And it was great. That one, that was just such a great experience. I actually played basketball with one of the producers in another this league called it was called the NBA Entertainment League at the time.
Oh, okay.
And so I was playing with Andrew Form. He was on my team. And that same manager, God bless him, Britton Hine, he was reading the trades, and there it is, Friday the 13th, greenlit, Andrew Form, Brad Fuller, Platinum Dunes, Michael Bay, and he was like, "I think we should talk to Andrew." And I was like, "Sure," And at this point, Andrew has gotten a chance to know me. And then his producing partner, Brad Fuller, comes to the games because his sons love basketball. So they're there and they're watching, and they all know me. Yeah. And my manager congratulates Andrew on the movie being greenlit and asks, "Hey, is there a role that, anything for Arlen to audition for?" And he was like, "Can he be funny?" And he's like, "Yeah, he can be funny." Mind you, I'm like heavy drama, like that's my thing, right? But sure,
you started as Hamlet. Like, who do you think I am, right?
You ask any actor, they can do something. They're like, "Oh yeah, I can do that. That's our, yeah, sure."
And then you go Google to figure out how to do it later.
That's right. I got 2 days to learn how to crochet. And so I ended up taking a meeting with them, and we shot the breeze, talked about basketball, this, that, or the other. They pitched the entire story to me, told me how it was going to go. And I was like, oh man, that sounds great. This is before casting is even involved.
Oh, wow.
Then the casting process starts. I still have to go through the casting process, but I ended up having a little bit of an advantage because they knew me and they liked me as a person. Initially, Michael Bay was not a fan of mine. At the time, I think he wanted Bow Wow to get the role that I wanted. And if I'm not mistaken, at that time, Bow Wow was up for this movie called Hurricane Season, which was a ensemble basketball movie shooting in New Orleans, post Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah.
I had done We Are Marshall. So I was like, man, I don't know if I want to do another like group sports thing. If I do a sports thing, I want to be the man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said, so I hope he takes that and this door stays open.
Yeah.
He ends up taking Hurricane Season.
Nice.
The door stays open for me. I re-audition and I ended up getting the job.
Sucks for Bow Wow. He doesn't get to be on our show.
Oh, he's done his share of horror films too. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was really into CSI Cyber. Bow Wow. We can
see, he beat me out for that role. I actually auditioned for that too.
Wow.
So there it is. We're even.
There you go. But,
before you even ask another question, can I keep going with this story? Because it gets better.
Oh yeah.
Of course you can.
So we shoot that movie, Friday the 13th, and we can go back on any questions on Friday the 13th, but it was an absolutely amazing experience. We shot in Austin, Texas. I don't trust anybody who sits across from me with from a desk with a University of Texas or anywhere in that region diploma. You guys did not go to school. You hung out Thursday through Sunday. But I digress. This is true. This is true. 4th Street and 6th Street. Mind you, I left school and I'm focusing on acting. I was like, what is going on here? This is college?
You were partying with them though, weren't you?
No. I'm about my business.
Oh,
I'm about my business.
You're a method. You're a serious.
And I was kind of the den mother for our group because I'm the only person that doesn't drink and still doesn't drink. So I made sure everybody was good. Like I'm the guy you ask next day. So wait, what happened? And I'm like, okay, so then So
okay.
Fast forward, we end up going to the a little Christmas. No, it was like a holiday party that Platinum Dunes had put together. Celebrating Friday the 13th. Brad and Andrew were like, Arlen, come over here. You got to meet these 2 guys. They loved you in the movie. And I was like, oh, great, cool. So I walk over there and they're like, hey, nice to meet you. I'm Walter Hamada and I'm Dave Newstatter from New Line Cinema.
Okay.
So I meet. Stop. My dog's making noise. Sorry. The mailman's about to be here.
It's territory.
So I meet Walter and Dave at this holiday party for Friday the 13th. And that's how I get introduced to them and then segue into Final Destination, my small part in one of the Annabelles. If you catch me in a brief moment. Yeah.
Oh no, I haven't because I've seen Annabelle. Which one? The first one?
No, it wasn't the first one.
Wait
oh boy, I forget which one it is.
You
have to check and see.
I have your IMDb pulled up because I have a question about your IMDb and just because I just realized that you and I have a
Do we have mutual friends?
We have an overlap.
Oh boy.
You were apparently a voice in Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh yeah.
My husband's best friends is one of like the main guys over at Rockstar.
That's what it is, man. Look at that.
That's crazy. Wow. Just links all over the place.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
6 degrees?
6 degrees. Wait, why?
Is it coming up there? No, because now it was such a small part. They might not have. Maybe they didn't credit me. I'm gonna go back and find it, and I'm gonna have to like send you guys the link to it or something. Like, so wait. It's oh my gosh, what is my buddy's name? Eric. Oh my gosh. It's the one where it's at the beginning of the movie where I'm a cop that comes to check on a house because oh my gosh, it's like takes place in like the 70s.
I think that's the first Annabelle, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's it. It's like set in this, and she's like pregnant, or she becomes pregnant at the end. I think that's the one.
Maybe. So I think if that's the one that I'm at the beginning, the very beginning, where we first show up at the house to investigate this murder that was happening next door or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am going to look into that. Yeah, it's weird that you're not credited.
No, that's the politics of the business. Like it
Yeah.
was a smaller role, and it was something that they literally called me like, "Hey, are you doing anything?" Because we were just at that point we were all just hanging out, having a good time, making movies, and they literally would call me like, "Hey, we got this party. You want to come do?" I'm like, "Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
Let's go do
sure.
this." And so my manager's like, "Okay, listen, this is a smaller role. Let's just keep this one off the radar." And I was like, "All right, whatever, cool. I'm going to hang out with Walter and Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever."
Nice.
So it says on your IMDb that you were born in Belize. When did you move here?
I came here when I was about 3.5, 4 years old.
Okay. Very cool.
Belize is definitely home, though. That is home. Home is where the heart is. Trust me.
And you've been back since?
Oh yeah. I've been back tons of times. I still have lots of family there.
I've never been, but my mom, no, technically my stepmom, but my mom is from El Salvador. And into
right next door.
She says it's very beautiful.
Oh yeah, good food, good people, good music, weather, everything you want.
Yeah,
I need to go.
Go somewhere. This pandemic.
It's just.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Talk about.
Dive into Final Destination.
Yes. Let's do
it again.
Just by saying your character was the only one I didn't want dead immediately. Mine thought the second that Isaac was on the screen, and I was like, "Can he die before the bus?"
Oh yeah.
PJ. PJ did a good job making you not necessarily like his character.
He plays that character in everything. He plays that character
PJ's
very
good.
well. He does that in Horrible Bosses, but you kind of like him. He's the one that gets yelled at. No handies in the men's room. Like
he knows how to push your buttons. Yeah, he's good at it.
And he's got this confidence, and you're like, where is that coming from, sir?
That's
like
PJ.
As far as the characters go, you're like, what? There's nothing beautiful about you. Why are you so confident in yourself?
Is he like very nice and like congenial?
PJ is the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah.
He has a nut allergy. Or is it a seafood allergy? I forget which one it is. Now. Might be both. But we hung out really tough in Vancouver. And so we went to go eat. We went to he's a good basketball player too.
Is he?
PJ can hoop.
What?
You listen to me. Don't let the Isaac glasses fool you. Okay.
That's good to know.
You mean the glasses I'm currently wearing?
Yeah. No. The Isaac glasses. They're different. They're very specific. If you look them up on Google, they're called Isaac glasses, and they give you the look of non-athleticism. Those aren't them. Yours are good. Yours are good.
The rest of me just gives the look of
That's the non-athletic part. Did you rewatch it, Arlen, or you?
I've seen it so many times. I know it from top to bottom. Yeah. No, I every time it comes on, I'm like, oh shucks, there I go. There's my part. You know what I'm saying? And the fondest memories for me when I watch it, it's so weird. I remember the clothes that I wear, and I was like, I did like that outfit. Aww. I remember those shoes. They were like, I'm a weirdo like that. Yeah.
You're more fond of the shoes than your coworkers. You're like, oh, that outfit was bomb. Did you watch the series before that one came out?
Oh yeah, I watched all of them. Yeah, because and I think I told you my buddy Texas Battle, who you guys, I gotta get you guys in contact with him. He was in FD3 in part in the third one.
Actually, because we skipped we went 1, 2 to 5 just for time wise in our series. So and then when we do 3, we could, if we do 3,
absolutely. Yes, I had seen all of them at that point. I mean, I've always and still am a big, huge movie buff. So anything that comes out for the most part, I watch it.
Yeah. Yep. Heard.
Now, when you were given the script, I need to know this. Was the ending revealed? Did you know? At what point did you know you were a prequel?
So Walter and Dave, I go for my callback for FD5, and I think it's a callback. I come dressed in my same audition outfit from the first one. I've got my material ready, and I go to Warner Brothers, and once again we shoot the breeze, just like with Andrew and Brad. We shoot the breeze and we talk about basketball and my Volkswagen Bug and some cool stuff. And
Volkswagen Bug.
I have a 64. That's right.
Oh, no, I had one of the ugly new ones.
You had a Beetle. You had a Beetle.
I had the Beetle.
You
Yeah.
had a Beetle. Sorry. Different club, different Facebook group,
You can't wink at each other on the road.
Well, I could have had it, but my dad gave him to my cousin way before I was even born. So like, whatever.
A lot of your stuff keeps getting given away. What is up with your family? Alicia doesn't need it.
I mean, to be fair, my father wasn't even contemplating me as a person yet when he gave the car.
All right. Well, okay.
So fair is fair. Yeah. Fair is fair. So I go to Warner Brothers and we are hanging around talking, and they pitch me the entire movie from beginning to end. So they tell me exactly how my character goes at the end. And we were all super excited with the fact that, in this movie, even though my character does die, the black guy will not die first in this movie, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to go against the grain, but then just to give the head nod to almost all horror films, if you go full circle, technically I'm the first one to go in FD1.
yeah, I guess so, huh? Because it's a part of the plane that falls on you, right, from the explosion.
Yep, exactly.
That's funny.
Yep. So,
I did notice that. I was like, he's the first black guy to make it all the way to the end and all the final destination.
I was so far to the end that I ended up coming back to the beginning of another movie.
Yeah, and your hand is the last thing that flies towards the screen. I was like, there.
And literally on the script it says that, and my hand, it literally says all of that in the script. So all of that detail was there.
Wow, they thought this all the way through.
Yep.
I like this one. Like that, I loved that ending. I like how, because when you watch movies like that, you're like, oh, they cheated. Like it seemed modern, and then you go back and watch and you're like, nope, it was totally set in, like, if you pay attention, it was set
flip
in the 90s.
Phones and all of that stuff.
And they gave it to the right character, because his character you would think would have a flip phone, trying to be, you're like, oh, of course he has like an old phone because he's a nerdy guy, so he doesn't have an up-to-date phone. But back then he actually had the most up-to-date phone.
That's when it actually takes like thought and process to produce a film, because details like that actually matter.
Oh, totally.
There's a specific, like you said, there's a specific character that gets that phone, that if you're paying attention, you'll grab, but he's doing so many other things. You don't care about his phone.
Yeah. You're like, I don't like this guy. Like you're so not interested in what he's about. And it just fits with his personality. You're like, yeah, he would have that phone, even if you do notice, which you generally don't. I thought it was so, and I like how all these movies always reference the ones before it or technically after it. There's so many like foreshadowing, there's so much hints and hidden and inside jokes, and it's just so much fun. Since we did it, I rewatched them all. I bought them all on Blu-ray. The 4 collection, I gotta buy 5 because that one was separate. I was like, but then it came on HBO Max just in time. I was like, sweet.
Well, I was very excited because somebody totally forgot to borrow it from the library. So
that's how she gets all her. I don't know if you've listened to any of our other episodes, but Alicia gets hers.
That is very, very smart.
Yeah.
Smart. I love it.
And Arlen, please don't take this personally. And actually,
not at all.
To be fair, Final Destination is within like 7 years. So I would be a little less aggrieved by it. But when you're trying to make me pay $4.99 for things like Leprechaun,
listen, I need my $5.
I'd rather just send you $5.
This can be worked out.
I'll just Venmo you the $5.
Yeah.
You guys can put my Cash App on there.
$5, Arlen. You're getting 2 cents.
Go ahead and flash my Cash App and Venmo and stuff at the bottom of the screen. I'm not opposed to getting free money.
I'll put it in the. Well, shoot. Well, maybe we should have it. No, we're gonna have a Patreon. We've got one person that'll probably pay us $1 a month. Shout out to Chris Long, our one Patreon fan who's willing to pay.
Oh, Jen, by the way, I just have to tell a story. Easter was yesterday, and for a minute, my family was very confused about my shoes. So Ben's mom, for Christmas, very lovingly got us heels with our logo on them. And my family's like, do your shoes say horror? I go, Yeah, in heels. Like
it's our
it's
logo.
my logo. Like I'm like, oh, my family.
I love that you wore them for Easter. That's amazing.
I had to take them off when I did the egg hunt with my son.
That's understandable.
Yeah. So Arlen, out of everyone's death, besides yours, who'd you feel was the craziest to film?
Oh, I already know my favorite. Craziest to film. And what I thought was the most interesting was Ellen's death.
Yeah.
Is that the gymnast?
Yes.
The gymnast? That was
I thought it was
crazy.
so well done. And so here's the thing,
Well,
like
especially because that's not how I thought it was going to
right.
go.
No, there's so many misdirections in that
it's so
scene.
and it's so tense because you're like,
yeah.
I'm just waiting for someone to step on that goddamn nail the whole time.
Yeah.
You almost still want someone to. It's like, come on, somebody step on it.
Do it. Distract it.
When you shoot a movie like this, like you shoot your scenes, you don't always see other people's death scenes. You read about it, sure, because you've read the script. But in this film, to see it done and know that you don't know what's going to happen, you got to experience it just like you would as if you weren't a part of the movie. And for me, the way, like I said, the setup for that was so smooth and seamless, and every little bit leans you into the screen a little bit more. And the best way to describe this, and I've said this before, she folded over like a bunch of homework in between a laptop.
Ooh.
And imagine the papers just like,
yeah. That was rough. That was
I literally, I was like, oh, that's it. That's the one. Like I'm watching it in the movies like that is it right there.
Because that one seems actually painful. Like a lot of them, it's like they didn't know what happened. Like they were just done.
Yeah. No, that one, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
By the way, I wrote down, because you had seen the movie already, Jen.
Yeah.
And my exact words were, fuck you, Jen. You know how I feel about eye stuff. Holy crap, that's a bad way to go.
Oh, that was a good one too.
The whole eye scene.
Yeah.
You can't prepare a bitch. I mean, Jesus Christ, you know me.
Hey,
Jackie,
you're the one who said you read up on everything, so I figured you knew.
Jackie did a really good job with that too. She did not hold back.
Oh,
she did. This one I didn't, because I wanted to have we were having a guest and I wanted to have like
real
full reactions. So I did try to go into this with almost no spoilers. Like
blind.
I did know about the twist ending because I had heard it on another podcast at some point. But I did try to go in blind, which I usually, Arlen, I don't like to do. I like to read the whole.
This was good. New experience. There it is. I'm glad we got to.
But this is what happens to you when you do that. Then all of a sudden, your worst fears about eye getting lasered incorrectly is coming true.
So glad I got LASIK before that came out. Otherwise,
I'm not a candidate for LASIK.
Oh,
I don't know if I could go through with it. So I'm
right. Sure. Yeah,
you can do it.
I was sad.
I'm not a candidate. Like literally.
Oh, you're not.
You can't.
My eyes are too dry. Like I literally am not. Oh. It has nothing to do with my fear.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Certain people are not candidates.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, listen, if you wanna go against the eye system, you let me know. I'm standing with you. That's not fair.
That's not fair.
I want you to have dry eyes after LASIK too.
He wants you to have 20/20 vision with dry eyes.
Yeah.
They did her so wrong. Her good eye popped out when she fell on the thing. I was like, they couldn't even popped out the bad eye. It had to be
and the car drives
and then
over.
My man just drives over it, and they were going so fast. I'm like, they didn't see the body. They didn't care, like, because they weren't even trying to stop.
That must have been amazing in 3D.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Steve Quayle. Hats off to Steve Quayle, man, our director. He did a great job with that. Who I also worked with in Into the Storm. You know what I'm saying? Full circle, all these connections.
They say it's who you know.
I'm telling you, man, if you build the right bridges and you meet the right people, exactly. Hey. You got that, pun intended. You know, you get to cross them over and over and over again. Don't burn them and you'll be good.
Yeah. And you know, even if you have parting ways, part politely. Don't, you know,
yeah, man.
There's never a reason to be rude to anyone. I don't care if they're above you, I don't care if they're below you, quote unquote.
Facts.
Just be kind to people. And it seems like
I'm
you're a
sorry.
very kind person.
If you're a waitress and on Easter Sunday, the manager is mad because he didn't staff enough people and he starts cursing at you simply for doing your job, you can absolutely exit that job. Guns
Yeah.
blazing.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yep.
Burn that
Agreed.
bridge.
Oh yeah.
Like
That kind of bridge is like,
But that's not
My
a bridge that
father
you want to
literally was
build,
like,
Yeah.
unless he's got stock in the company or something, you
Yeah.
know. But yeah,
no,
No.
you're good. And being rude, and then
to
there's
be
also
fair,
a line.
that company now is on the verge of bankruptcy. Like two restaurants are
there you go.
left on Long Island.
There you go. How you treat
Boom.
people always comes back to you.
That's right.
So let's talk about that opening bridge scene, because that's probably my second favorite one. No, I'm sorry. I have to say Freeway is 1, Roller Coaster 2, Bridge would be
Okay.
5. I mean 3 would be 3.
Here's my thing, and I guess the movie did kind of address it, but I said to myself, I go, that bridge isn't high up enough that if you just jumped, you wouldn't live. It's not.
I'm not testing that
Yeah,
theory. I'm not a height.
But the movie actually proved it too. They jump. I mean,
oh yeah, the girl.
That's right.
the
Other
lady
things
who
killed
fell.
them.
from
Yeah.
bridges all the time here. Honestly, only if you're an idiot. Like it's like a thing here in New York. People
wow.
jump off the Brooklyn and stuff all the time. They don't die because unless you hit a rock or something, if you know how to dive, you know how to dive. I mean, look at the Olympics, how far
Yeah,
you
skydive. Yeah, not
Yeah,
skydiving,
that's
but
true.
yeah, the high
That's
dive.
true.
high dive and everything. So I was just like, but yes, what you would have to then be concerned about would be the debris.
The falling car. On
Yeah,
you.
something else hitting you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or,
like what did you get
being
hit with?
spiked.
You got
I got hit with like
sideswiped.
one of the barbs that was like holding the bridge together, like those big thick wires.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, those braided wires. One of those snaps off and
it was so
just takes me
fast.
out.
I was like, oh man, I wasn't even ready for it. My mom claims she likes these movies. She was trying to watch them with me, but then she'd have to leave. She was like, nope, she was like, I gotta go. It was too intense for her. Yeah, that bridge scene. And then when what's his name gets the tar or the whatever on him and he's burned, like, oh, that's gotta
David
be
Koechner. Yeah.
How was it working with him? I like that guy.
Koechner was great, man. He was great. He was funny. He's such a family man. His family's amazing. Yeah, we had a phenomenal group.
Solid.
Honestly, between my Friday the 13th group, my FD5 group, and my Into the Storm group, like I have lifelong friends that I still talk to. We'll try to get together every now and then if we can. Everybody's doing something or the other. It's good, man. I've been part of some really, really good groups. I can't complain.
That's awesome. That's really cool. I like to hear that people got along. Okay, to sidetrack for a moment, I just discovered this music video that was made based on the movie and themed by Saved by the Bell. Have you seen that?
Oh my gosh, yes, I have.
Why were you not in that?
So I had an issue with that. I was definitely upset about that.
I would have been upset. I was like, upset for you.
I really, really was. Like, honestly, my feelings were hurt with that. And I'm great friends with my gosh, Fisher.
Miles
blanking
Fisher.
on my man with Miles.
Fisher. Yeah.
I love Miles. Miles is literally as creative as you can, like, someone to
video,
be. Yeah, right.
Hilarious.
And I can't say why. I mean, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, like no one reached out to me and, and so forth. And when I did see it, I had a couple people tweet like, hey, where's
Arlen? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, like what, like, is he not by default the Lisa Turtle of? Like,
all right.
What?
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
How did you forget him?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I still thought it was creatively well done and super cool. I thought it was super, super cool. And I think more that's why, like, I was like, dang, really?
Yeah. That's what was like. I wanted to be a part of that. Yeah. You're a fan of the Saved by the Bell series?
Come on now.
Oh, see?
Saturday morning TV?
Yeah.
Saved by the Bell, City Guys. What'd you say?
How old are you, Arlen?
Oh, I'm about to be 40.
What?
Oh, thank God.
No, we usually have youngins on here. I did not know that.
Yeah. I'm turning 40 in December.
You wouldn't know that, Jen, because I still run circles around everybody else in the football field and do what I do.
True.
Yeah, you are definitely having a black don't crack moment, Arlen.
Yeah.
1 second.
In your 20s.
Yeah, he's
Well,
on one of the best
Jen,
teams.
both of you. Although I feel for a white girl, I'm holding up fine too.
Yeah, you're doing pretty good.
You're doing solid.
Yeah, I would agree. But yeah, when I saw that, and you were
moisturize, guys.
That's the key. And you stay out of the sun.
Nobody understands you. Put the sunscreen on.
Yeah. And
I've worn sunscreen
that's too funny.
in my life, so
as you should. That helps.
All my friends who did not are really Botoxing it up to.
Oh boy!
Yikes. But yeah, I was like, please let him say that he was like busy or couldn't do it, because
that's what I was hoping.
Damn it!
I wish. Yeah, I mean, it is. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I definitely was. I mean, at the time, like now, I'm like, you know, I've let it go, but my feelings were definitely hurt. Like when it happened, I was like, what? Why? You know? But then it's kind of like, how do you handle that? Do you just let it be, which is what I did? You know what I'm saying? Do you address it? You can't really address it. It's not your money. It's not your idea. It's not your thing, you know, but it's kind of like, okay, but everybody else was a part of it.
Yeah. Well, that makes me sad.
Sorry, Arlen.
Oh, worries. It's okay. It's all right.
Now I'm like, maybe I should take it off our YouTube channel.
No, it's still good. You got to give it credit for what it is. It's still super well done.
Yeah.
Arlen, you had mentioned that you had a favorite kill. Which was your favorite?
Oh, mine. You mean in FD5?
Yeah.
It was the gymnast, Ellen.
Yeah, the gymnast.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. No, I didn't know if like that was your favorite and like the wackiest to shoot, or like.
Oh, okay.
That was probably my favorite. Okay, so that was my favorite to watch. The craziest. Okay.
The craziest to shoot then.
It probably would have been my bridge scene then, because on that one I literally got to wear this vest harness thingy.
Okay.
And I got to run as fast as I can, as if I'm trying to get away from something. And I told them, don't tell me. Yeah. Don't tell me when. But when they do it, I have to tuck to protect myself. But I get yanked from this cord, and I get pulled through the air, and I hit this big gigantic wall of like foam, so that I don't die in real life, obviously. But it was crazy to just be running. Then all of a sudden, just like yanked from one side, and they would do it at different times. So I didn't know when it was going to happen. Wow. And all I had to remind myself is to tuck after being yanked, to make sure that when I hit the wall, I'm not flailing and I'm more hitting the wall as one little tucked ball, and I'd be okay.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great.
Wow.
It was great.
How many times did you have to do that?
I think I did like 5 or 6 times. It was fun.
Yeah.
I felt like Peter Pan. It was great. I was this is
it. You're like, put me in more of these. Was that like all day? Even though it was only 5 times, was that
no, it wasn't all day. Like they were super efficient. No, it wasn't an all day thing at all. We probably shot in that bridge probably a little bit more than a week, doing parts of the bus stuff, the different running, different people's deaths and so forth. And of course, a lot of it is green screen and stuff like that. Because actually, they built the flat part of the bridge on like the side of this road / cliff, to make it seem like it was up higher than it really was. And then everything else is digital at that point, but it was practical for the most part. Like the whole bus being there, and you could drive up there. It was all practically done, realistic. The broken pieces, then you had the piece of it that was pre damage. It was great. Like they did a phenomenal job.
Wow.
Awesome.
Did they do more than one death scene at the same time on the bridge? Like, were there any that were done on the bridge, or was all in the studio?
I think it was all studio. It had to be all studio at that point. Yeah.
Safety reasons, right?
Yeah.
I think safety and just, controlling the weather and stuff like that. You know what I mean? We're also in Vancouver, so you saw the sun maybe like 3 times.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then with Roy's death.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you skipped death.
Who's next?
Way. Yeah.
Yeah, Jen, I wrote down a couple other ways I don't want to die. We have a going list.
We have a running list of ways.
Not by wrench and machine.
Not so much.
Falling on a sailboat. Add that to the list.
Yeah.
I gotta
That
say,
one was rough.
one of them the gymnastics one, I don't gotta worry about that. I'm not that athletic. So yeah, some of them I was like, I'm not athletic.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I don't want to get caught with my chin on a hook as you escorted Roy to his death on that one.
Oh yeah, that was nasty.
To be fair,
when
Roy's standing there screaming like, my bookie don't take 50%, my this don't take 50%, my Harvard, I'm like, Roy, your life don't sound so great. Maybe if you get got, things will get better.
Maybe you shouldn't be here anymore.
His death was pretty bad. It was that extra.
Yeah, and like it.
Yeah.
Oh, that little bounce that they do.
Yeah.
And you were like, Roy? You're okay? He was like, Roy?
Roy's not okay.
No,
that was too funny.
Roy didn't make it.
That was too funny. You know, so there was a part in FD5 that I still, because I don't think I'm that funny on screen, when we're at the funeral and I say I see dead people.
Yeah.
I had such a hard time shooting that scene. I was like, wait, what? I was like, why am I whispering that? And they're like, I was like, yeah, I've seen The Sixth Sense. I get it, but like now, and they're like, trust us, Arlen, trust us. And I was like, all right. So this feels really weird. So I do the scene.
I thought Isaac was already dead.
I know that was.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
Did he
see,
forgettable,
that's funny.
Yeah.
To me, that's funny. I thought my line wasn't funny. And then when we went to like the screenings and we went to like public screenings where people didn't know we were there, just like watch it and see the reaction, stuff like that. People laughed and I got nudged like, see, I told you. And
that
I was like,
gonna be funny. You're like, okay.
Well, one of your favorite lines for me in Friday the 13th is when you go down into like the garage as they wanted
that basement.
Yeah.
The garage that's bigger than my house and my neighbor's house put together, that thing. And you were like, damn, y'all are rich. Like just the audacity.
Yeah, like you're rich.
Yeah.
No, that place was practical too. That was Austin. We actually shot at someone's house in the woods. You know, they had to clear the water moccasins out the little lake that was there. It was crazy, like real, like at nighttime. I don't even know if they had to add their own mist or anything like that. Like it was smoky and weird and it felt scary. Yeah.
Jen, as we also say, there are jobs I don't want in this world. She's put clearing out
water moccasins.
There are some things in the entertainment industry I don't want to do, and let's add that to the list.
Yeah, clearing out water moccasins.
Job was that? They better have gotten paid a lot.
Did they like have to keep them in a tank and then put them back when they were done?
No, I think they just made enough noise and like splashed up water for like enough hours to let them know it's not quite here right now, so they would go elsewhere.
Oh,
yeah,
wow,
yeah. And we never even had to like necessarily. No, like, did someone ever have to get in that water? Well, I know I didn't.
Arlen's like, that's all. I didn't know. I know
I didn't. Yeah, you know.
Water. I don't know what anybody else had in their contract, but Arlen wasn't going.
You died so well.
I was just gonna say that death, the axe in the back. Ooh.
Oh,
yeah. I'm still mad that they left me out there like that. When I watch the movie, I go, now y'all know good and well somebody could have dragged me inside.
Something. They didn't.
He can't get all of us at one time.
Yeah.
Drag me inside.
That's why you can't be the only black person with
trying to be the hero.
Yeah, don't do it.
I was waiting for the other black person on the podcast to say it because it was
fire poker and a wok. What was I thinking?
Yeah, I don't know. I was like, that's not Arlen.
History about my people taught you nothing. Why?
Talking about I'll surprise you every time. Okay, Arlen. Lawrence.
Lawrence. How did that? Was it scary? Like, how was it being with the giant Jason guy?
Oh, Derek was dope.
Yeah.
Derek was, first off, mask off. He's the nicest guy in the world. Super cool, super chill, super easygoing. Once he locks in.
To my theory, and Arlen's just confirming it.
What's your theory?
That anybody who plays like a killer or an asshole, just like Isaac, in real life, nicest people you'd ever want to meet.
Yeah, that
I'm
tends
trying
to
to
be
see if I
the.
can rebuttal that now.
What about
Let
the
me
blonde? What's the
think.
blonde guy that we don't like in Friday the 13th?
Oh, so wait, her theory's right.
He's a nice guy.
Travis is my dude. Travis played in the league with me too.
Okay, see?
Travis played in the league. Yeah, Travis is my guy. That's my dude right there.
See, there you go.
Travis is so nice
Because he
that
plays. Go
he
ahead.
played the jerk in
He plays
in
the jerk in a lot of things.
Because
he
he's
played
got
the
that.
jerk in Transformers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got that frat boy thing going for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sorry. My phone went off again.
Oh, you're good.
Which mind you, that's Platinum Dunes. How do you think Travis got in that movie? Andrew Foreman, Brad Fuller
Just
from Friday the
pulling
13th.
people in. Wow.
Yeah,
There
man.
you go.
What was gonna
Well,
say?
that is-
I was gonna say how nice Travis is. Not too long ago, we talk all the time, but not all the time enough.
Mhm.
I ran into him at a commercial audition, but he was just going to get something to eat across the street. I happened to have my dog with me because I was coming from someplace, and I was like, I can't just leave him in the car. This is LA, someone's gonna break the window and steal him, because it's legal now.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Just give him to me." So he takes my dog. They
Aw.
go across the street to grab lunch. I'm in this callback for this commercial audition for at least 35, 40 minutes. I come back and he and my dog are just chilling across the
Aw,
way. So
that's
your
a
theory
sweet
might
guy.
be right.
That is a sweet guy.
You're
Trent,
feeling
that was his name.
Trent, yeah.
Yes.
And I think he
Travis
played
makes
Trent as well I think he had the same character name
the
in
same name.
yeah, in Transformers.
He just carries that name Trent very well. Oh. Did you get to touch J-Pad? Because that's
Oh,
Alicia's man.
Padalecki.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Jerry was super cool.
Alicia is all about J-Pad.
This hand. Boom, right here. Boom, there it is.
She's trying, for those of you who can't see, she is trying to touch his hand through the screen.
Oh, J-Pan.
She can't even talk.
Only skinny man I love.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
was
that
so
was good, man.
upsetting, like Isaac being, because at first I'm like, ooh, there's a chumpster, I'm in love. And then I was like, oh, he's a jackass.
Isaac. Ugh. So with your death in Back to Friday the 13th, how did that one go? So you had the axe in the back. Didn't something else happen? Because he didn't just axe you in the back, didn't he? Like,
yeah,
he
so
gets him in the garage, and then he's like running up, and
right, and then he throws the axe.
yeah.
I get the axe in the back. I fall over like on this stump, kind of, for sorta, and then he turns me over, lifts me up, and hits the axe comes
on
through
the
my chest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was that to film?
That was great, man. Like I just had to literally scream like it really was the end. And I was like, okay, let me get back to this Hamlet heavy drama stuff and show y'all what I do. So I tried to make it as real as possible.
He's like, I'm method. Can someone actually stick an axe in my back for me? Just
so here's the thing. I had a harness that had an axe attached to the back, an actual axe. So so that way when I'm laying there, you can see it. It's there through my clothes and everything. And then he'd lift me up, turn around, we cut, they take off, the harness and stuff like that. And then everything else was digital to push down. And then I had to just react to and go from there. Yep.
Oh, because they didn't want to actually kill you with an axe. That's
I told them to go for it because there's an Academy Award in my future. They were like, let's not make it about this movie. Let's not get it for this movie.
Let's not try it on this one.
Let's keep going. We got some other films we want you to do first.
I don't know if Friday the 13th is gonna be it. Let's
keep this train going a little bit.
You were young then, Arlen. You were young.
Yeah, what was I thinking?
Oh, one of the fun little inside things that I saw was I noticed the Taggart. You're on the bus, they're driving by and they see this truck and it says Taggart. And I think that's the name of the lumber because you see the wood from 2 and it's Taggart. And I had just watched 4 and it was Taggart Theaters. So they like
Craig Perry's good for that. Like he makes sure that he actually puts a lot of the Easter eggs in there for folks who really like the series to be like, boom, there it
it's
is.
so
You know,
much fun when you're watching them in
yeah,
order. You catch it all. I read IMDb because I know I don't catch them all, but some of them you're like, yeah, Clear Waters in
yep,
4. What goes by the water tank that says Clear Waters,
yeah.
and you're like, that's clear from the first one. Um,
Tony Todd was popping off in this movie, just showing up at everything.
right.
That's what he does.
I like how he said, I was just doing my job. I'm like, not at the funeral, you weren't. You're the coroner. I think you were done.
You're
I think he might have been dropping off or picking up a body. Who knows? I don't know
That's
how.
true.
Yeah, yeah. Tony Todd was great.
Yeah, was he? Also a nice dude.
Super nice, but very interesting, and still gives you Candyman-ish without even trying.
That's why they cast him.
He's just incredibly interesting. He's lived such an amazing life. He's been in this industry for so long. He starts talking and he just lures you in.
His voice, he has a very like
Yeah.
soothing voice. Even though it's creepy, it's still very soothing.
Yeah.
I can see that. It's a good voice. I like it.
So how long overall did FD5 take to shoot?
Oh my gosh. That's like a trick question. That is a trick question, Alicia. Really?
I did not know that.
How long did it take to shoot? Let me think. So FD5, we were in Vancouver. I think we did it in just about 3 months.
Okay.
That's not bad. Like post-production to.
Well, I don't know about post-production. They did some other stuff after. I'm just talking about our initial.
Your part of shooting.
Yeah, principal photographer.
Gotcha.
I didn't know I was making this so hard.
I had to think about it because, like, so I live like a nomad. I'm home, and it's like, oh shucks, I got to go live someplace else for the next 3-4 months, and then you're there, and then that feels like home, and then it's like, oh no, we're done. You got to go, buddy. You got to leave, and then you come back home, and you're like, oh, so this is what my place looks like now.
I remember.
Do you have a interior decorator, or is this decor behind you all you?
This is actually a green screen.
Oh, good.
I lie. No,
lying.
this is that's a really good green screen if that's the case. No, this is me and my girlfriend.
Is that Toya?
Yep, we do well. We make it look nice.
I love Toya. Shout out to your lady Toya. She is the sweetest. Yeah. I love her so much. She is the best.
You guys, if you guys do like a power series, you can bring her on because she's I'm plugging her show, Ghost Power Book 2.
Yeah, she's in Power. Saying. She's also an actress, and they were actually in a show together. The Oath, right?
Yep. Yeah, man.
Which one?
The Oath.
The Oath.
Okay.
Yeah, and they were together before, so they were together, and then they both got cast in the show as boyfriend and
husband and
right?
wife.
Yeah, husband and wife. Yeah.
I need to know, what was it like working with your spouse?
You really hit a nerve there. You did. For some people it's it's peaches and cream, and other people it's Geely. It's
It's Geely.
I kid. It was great. It was great.
I wasn't ready.
Oh, look, this is good. I'm funny. This is wonderful.
I wasn't ready for that reference. It took me a second. I was like, did he say Geely? Like,
oh yeah, I'm full of like weird, obscure, things that's why I'm good at Jeopardy. If there's ever like a Jeopardy on like I'm good. I'm low key good. I'm not gonna win the championship, but I will give you a run for your money.
Arlen, do you try out for Jeopardy? I just did my. You can do like the anytime test like twice a year. I just did mine.
I'd be scared too. You know what? No, I want to do it. I love Alex Trebek. You know what I'm saying? So
that's how I kind of feel at this point. But I am applying to be on The Chase. Okay. That's the next trivia show.
Okay. I don't. Did they lock in who the new host is going to be yet for Jeopardy?
No, they keep doing like
the champions, right?
Great,
so if they bring on, and there's been a push for this, I want LeVar Burton to be the host of Jeopardy.
Ooh,
that would be cool.
Reading Rainbow, yes. LeVar Burton.
We need to make that a hashtag.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
Now, if that happens, I make the push. just to meet LeVar Burton.
Yep.
And I need him to sing
yeah.
the theme song of Reading Rainbow with me. And then I don't care if I win or lose at all. That's it.
Arlen's happy.
Sing my Reading Rainbow, lose, take my $1,000 third place prize.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I need the whole thing. I need the little stand with the TV and the VHS that they would like roll into the classroom. I want the whole, experience. I want the whole third grade experience. I want lunch tickets.
What it sounds like is you want to be on the reboot of Reading Rainbow.
No.
Try to make that
I want it all.
He wants all of it. Well, maybe we should, like, you know, how people hire people to come to their birthdays. We'll just get LeVar Burton to come for your next birthday.
I think this is what we should do. I think we should get Seth Rogen to come up with the idea of, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it for them to take my idea.
Don't.
No,
I just came up with something and I'm not going to say it.
Don't say it.
I have a plan.
Okay, just let us know your plans. Privately, separately.
Separately.
Oh, that'd be so good. Oh, I would. Okay, sorry.
Come up with it. Let me know.
Send us an email.
I got it. I got it. You guys can be a part of it too.
What it is.
I want to be. Yeah, I want to be a part of it. I want to be whatever it is.
You guys can be a part of it because that would help push. This is good.
Let's do it.
This is good stuff.
Talk to me, bro. Let's do this.
Okay.
All right. Actually, yes. No, it's okay. I told you, these tangents are a normal thing on our show.
It's what we're known for.
So you had 2 deaths in this movie, like most people. So the last one, was that one the least fun? Because you basically just stood there and then.
Oh yeah, and looked up.
Yeah, and
that's literally it. Like, then the hardest part of that scene, like I was like, so hey, how do you guys hold beer? Do you hold it like? Because I don't drink.
Yeah.
So, and like whenever I'm watching like other like movies or shows, or even if I'm out with the friends, I pay keen attention to how people drink. I watch how people smoke cigarettes. I ask the most detailed questions. So what is it like, like what do you feel when you get high or when you get a buzz? I need to know because I don't know. So for me, that scene, I was like, oh, I feel like I'm doing this wrong.
That's funny.
I was trying to be like as relaxed and as cool as possible. Yeah. I'm like, no, that guy looks cool. This and that. Switch hands. I was like, let me hold it like this. And I was like, but this doesn't feel right. Like it was. My whole thing was trying to look like I actually drink.
See, that's overthinking it, man. Just
I didn't know you didn't.
What?
But you drank a lot in Friday the
13th. And they had to teach me how to use a bong. I had no idea.
I don't know how to do. I don't really know.
Arlen, if it makes you feel better, I've only had weed once in my life. The night I buried my mother.
I did go to a. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I did go to a like an autograph signing at one point, and people brought tissue boxes for me to sign. I thought that was hilarious.
Lord, the magazine.
I thought that was so.
That funny. Is funny. People come up with the weirdest stuff.
Yeah.
So have you never drank at all ever in life?
No. Other than like communion wine.
Wow.
A hot toddy once because I was like really, really sick. And like they're like, no, this is gonna make you go to sleep. You got to drink this, but it's full of tea.
Yeah.
Your grandmother pushed that, right? The hot toddy.
Pretty much, exactly.
No, I'm but yeah, one of those.
My window of curiosity for anything closed a long time ago. And during those peak years, nobody offered me anything. Like I always told myself that I was like, I'm going to be like my real dad died when I was young. And I was like, I'm going to honor him and not, do anything. And then my stepdad had, drinking and drugs and jail and things like that going on. So I got a healthy fear of it too. No apologies, because honestly, it's shaped exactly who I am now. Like everything happens for a reason, right?
Yeah.
But with all of that being said, like I almost manifested it because I said these things that I was like, yeah, I'm just not gonna go that road. I'm gonna try to be like my real dad and give him, get some lineage that I never had because I was too young when he died to remember him.
Yeah.
And fast forward, nobody off junior high school, college.
Wow.
And mind you, I wasn't living in a box. Like I was out, like I won most popular in high school. Like I was on the track and the football team. I was doing plays and musicals. So I was hanging out like with anybody and everybody. I went to the parties, just never happened.
Drink. Yeah.
No one offered me anything.
So you were never offered, turned it down once, and it never happened again.
Yeah, it just, and then so that window was like,
It just
I
got
guess
smaller.
I don't need it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
See, like with the weed, I think I was offered it once. I turned it down, and then like in cruise, usually you turn something down, like you never do it again. Like,
Yeah.
you don't waste your time, like when somebody
Yeah.
turns something down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
guys ever want to be in an unintentional Oxycontin drug deal, so I was at Dollar Tree the other day, and I'm online by like the register, so like the belt is here. I
Mhm.
start getting a dizzy spell, so I bend over because that helps me like clear it up. I get vertigo sometimes. But I never like to say that to people when it's happening because people freak out when you're having a dizzy spell. They're afraid you're about to just pass out on that floor on them immediately. Like they're getting you chairs and water. So I never say it. So the woman's like, "Oh, do you have back pain?" I'm like, "Oh yeah," because that sounded like very easy.
Yeah,
Who
sure.
doesn't? Okay. You've seen the tits, you know. There's
Yeah.
so come on, yes, woman. So she's like, "Oh, I get it too. I actually had surgery." She's like, "Sometimes they take stuff for it." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Before I know it, she has reached into her pocket and has passed me a pill. I think it's like a Tylenol or something. So I just pocket it. Like I don't even look. She's like, "No, sweetheart, don't worry. That's the good stuff. I gave you the Oxycontin." She's like,
Oh wow.
"What is that?"
Like what?
I was like,
Hand that to
"Oh,
somebody.
okay."
The first one's always free. The first one
Well,
is
that's what I
always
said
free.
when I was telling my dad. I was like, "Is this a first one is free?" Like I don't understand.
Yep. She just has she has all these baggies in her pocket and she just like picks out people and is like, "Here you go." Her number's in it. Her phone number. Like she got a QR code in there.
Forget Nurse Jackie. This was Dollar Tree Donna. I don't know.
Dollar Tree. Oh, so yeah. So yeah, if you guys ever want to be involved in a drug deal, I'll let you know which Dollar Tree to go to.
Sounds good.
Okay, all right.
Bet you some life experience.
That's hilarious.
So now when you lived in Vancouver, like, do you live with some of the other cast? Like, what's your like when you go on location, what do you enjoy like camaraderie, like being in a group? Like,
Yeah, I mean, so it's always good because you're in a place normally most people don't know other people there. I mean, now we do because we've been in the business long enough. Like if I went to Vancouver now, I have tons of friends that live there now, right?
right.
But at the time, like you bond with your castmates. You guys are all staying in the same hotel slash condo house kind of a
Okay.
situation. So you're in this hotel, but you're in the resident side of the hotel. So you have a full kitchen, full bathroom,
Gotcha.
excuse me, and everything like that. So we did outings together. We're going to dinner. We did the grouse grind, which is like this 2-mile hike straight up to heaven, which was ridiculous.
Whoa.
We did all this really cool stuff together. In Friday the 13th, we were in Austin. We went tubing down the river. We went swimming at this natural spring. You guys want to hear a story where I almost died
Yeah.
Yes.
in real life?
Of course.
Sorry, I just remembered this. So Austin, Texas. I'm there and we've done a bunch of stuff. We did the tubing at the river. I don't swim well. But the tubing was fine because that's funny. I know it's funny. It's funny. I'm gonna learn. Black people.
I was gonna say you're just feeding the stereotype is why I laugh.
But here's the problem. I'm from Belize. I should know how to do this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yes.
Right.
Forgiven.
But we've done all these different cool stuff together. And so we go to this natural spring to like hang out one day. And the spring is the shape of a square. And when you get there, you walk down this embankment, but where everybody's hanging out is on the opposite side of the spring. So we walked all the way around to go hang out with where everyone else is.
Mm-hmm.
I got in the water right at the edge, swam out a little bit, came back, nothing too far. It was fun. It was great. Was having a good time. It's time to go now. And they're like, I don't really feel like walking all the way across. I mean, all the way around. Let's just swim across. And before I could say anything, bloop, 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 people started jumping in the water.
You're like, wait,
and I was like, I guess I got to do this. But I grabbed my buddy Ryan. God bless Ryan Hansen. Ryan, I was like, Ryan.
Uh-oh.
I was like, Ryan.
Ryan Hansen.
Oh, that's my guy. I love Ryan. Here's the thing. He saved my life. I was like, Ryan, I was like, you swim well. He was like, yeah. I was like, watch me. I said, watch me, watch me, watch me, because I don't, he's like, you'll be fine. It's not even that far. I said, just watch me. He's like, all right. So we jump in the water, we start swimming. And for the first 15 seconds, I'm doing good. I'm actually really proud of myself. And I don't know what made me take a peek up. And I look and I notice that everyone else is pulling away much faster and farther away. I'm almost being left by myself now. I panic.
Oh
My body
no.
freezes. My heart, everything locks up. I can't even keep swimming. I freeze. And all I could say is, Ryan. And I'm like trying to like float a little bit. I don't even know what's going on. And he looks over his shoulder and he's like, oh my God. He dives under and comes up and puts me on his back, like almost like a dolphin, and swims me to the other side of the spring.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You almost died trying to keep up with me.
Yeah, trying to keep up with white
why
folks.
didn't you just
I don't know what I was
go
doing.
around? You should have been like, well, I will see you guys when I make my way around.
Here's the thing. I was always late for some stuff.
Ryan.
So
you're just really.
So I was like, I don't want people waiting for me. I was like, I got this. I'm gonna do this. Yeah.
Arlen, my love, if only you were drinking a grape soda right now to really
see,
really
you know,
out of stereotypes.
Not grape soda. It's great. It's purple stuff.
Purple drink.
Purple stuff.
We've upgraded. You know the Sunny D commercial.
Yeah.
The purple stuff.
Yep.
Sunny D.
Yeah, there you go.
It's gone from grape juice or grape soda to purple stuff.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because it can be any purple.
So I need you to know that Ryan Hansen was the first person to solidify my dick on TV. Nicest guy on the planet in real life.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because I had known him from Veronica Mars. He plays Dick Casablancas.
Yeah.
He really lives up to his name.
Yep.
And then everybody in Hollywood, like Kristen Bell, Dax, everybody would be on podcasts talking about Ryan and how amazing he is and just lovely and kind and spiritual. And I was like, see, I told everyone he was the nicest guy on set.
But wait, what does that mean for me? Because I don't play the jerk. I actually play the nice guy.
You do play the nice guy. I didn't know how to break it to you, but I was like, this guy's being a real dick on our show right now.
I am the nice guy. So what does that mean? What is that? How does that work?
You're probably still very nice.
Probably. She doesn't know yet.
I'm not 100% sold. If you could send me some purple stuff, then I'll be. No, you're very nice. What I'm saying though is typically
I'm not sainthood yet. I got to play a jerk on screen to get to that. You probably play a very good jerk.
Oh, you do.
What I'm saying is you would probably play an amazing jerk.
Prince S wasn't the best
was a bit
guy.
of a jerk.
Prince S was not the best dude, and you did that
well. He
was
full of himself. You're right.
The magician,
fur coat and all. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And to be fair, you played Hamlet. He's got a lot of problems.
But he wasn't a bad guy. Hamlet was just confused. He was misunderstood.
Well, yes, but that doesn't make him the nicest man either.
I have no way in on this. I don't know Hamlet that well. I know that it says to be or not to be, and he holds up a skull.
That is the question.
The extent.
Whether it's his noble in the mind, I still remember it. It's crazy.
See, I almost went right into it.
Yeah, go figure.
Yeah, when you said he solidified your dick on TV, I was like, wait, what? Like, I thought you were saying
listen,
that was a double entendre.
I was like, whoa. Ryan Hansen knew that they want to slide into my DMs. I'm not going to turn them down. So there's that.
So you stay in touch with most of the people that you worked with, because it seems like
man,
a lot of them.
Yeah. We almost all of us still follow each other on IG. And then of course we run into each other at different auditions all the time for different things.
Yeah.
And then you work with other people that know other people that you've worked with. You know, it's inevitable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's full circle in this business.
That's awesome.
So do you have any things in the works now that you can tell us about?
I just finished working on a new show, but it's not a horror film. It's called David Makes Man. However, the first season, there is there is a bit of a ghost thing going on.
Okay.
But it's called David Makes Man. It's going to be on OWN as well as right where you saw FD5, HBO Max. It'll be there.
There you go.
You guys won't meet me until second season of the show. So the first season is available now for folks to watch. Second season, I think, is going to start airing sometime in June, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
But it's not locked in yet. And it's great.
We'll
It's
put a
really,
link
really.
to it in our
Yeah.
in the
Oh yeah, please do. And,
Yeah.
and I'm in good company. Terrell Alvin McCraney, who wrote the play that Moonlight was produced and written off of, is our show creator. D Harris Lawrence is our showrunner, and she's got tons of shows she's done. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on her shows right now. What am I doing?
It happens on the spot. I always blank.
Yeah. Oprah's one of our producers. Michael B. Jordan's one of our producers.
Okay.
yeah, that's an amazing.
I'm in good company, so I cannot complain.
That's awesome.
Hopefully, I'll make it back for the next LA sports. LA
LASN
football.
season. It's supposed to be opening up. I'm
We'll
excited.
see.
My
How do we
team's-
finish the rest of the season though? Like we were in playoffs in my Monday.
Yeah.
league.
Oh, and Mondays. Were you in Saturday?
Yeah, I was in Saturday too. Yeah.
Yeah, we were like in semifinals when all the
Yeah.
crap went down. Yeah, it's supposed to start up soon. Hopefully, he's on one of the best
staying in
teams.
shape. I'm ready.
How many championships do you have?
I got a bunch.
Of course you do.
I got a bunch. Listen, I'm just gonna put this out there. I own for the guys. I own the touchdown record, the reception record.
That's unfair. Can you leave
the
some
whole
stuff
thing.
for everybody else? Like you can't be
No,
athletic and
gotta
be
do
good at
this thing.
acting. Like what are you
I gotta
doing?
do this thing. So when these young guys come to the league,
award for the person who ate the most snacks in the sidelines while cheering.
There you go.
Geez, Arlen, like, do you have like an awards case at home for all this? What are you doing?
Yeah,
I give it to my mom. It's so funny. You laugh. My mom has a section at home. She has from my very first championship that I won. They gave us T-shirts and they gave us these little footballs that have like a little.
For
she has
LASN?
them still.
That's
oh
hilarious.
yeah, she still has them and she keeps them. And I'm like, yeah, okay.
Okay, cool.
Follow-up question for Arlen: are you an only child?
No, I am the only boy though.
Oh yeah, okay.
How
No,
many
that's
sisters do you have?
Yeah, okay. Wait, you got there's layers there. What did that mean?
Yeah, what did
Huh?
Mama's
What did that mean?
prince has
Oh,
trophy
she
case.
got a case for her
Your
boy.
sister's got squad. I know
What
it
is
all.
this? I feel there's another theory here. What is this theory?
This theory is that, and this comes from the mom of an only son, that in certain families, usually Italian and Black families, the boys are very loved by the mamas and thusly get, especially if you're
case.
if you're the only boy or the only child.
Yeah,
it's your mama's like stuff.
her boy.
Yeah. Her boy.
So
That's my baby.
I think because I was the only boy, my aunts actually spoiled me more. My mom, on the other hand, was pretty strict with all of us except for my little sister. She gets away with murder.
Oh well, yeah, that's the youngest.
right?
The baby.
Yeah, no.
But growing up, for me, I honestly always felt like I was the black sheep because my older sister book smart to no end. And she had my mom go up to the school in time because she got a B+ or a B-, and she should have gotten an A. What?
Wow.
Meanwhile, I had so
Are you
many
saying that's not appropriate behavior?
Listen, I'm just saying, like, you can overdo some things. Meanwhile, I had
your sister, and we just never knew.
That's something Alicia would do.
I'm just saying, here's the thing, like in junior high school, I had so many U's on my report card, unsatisfactory, because I was always playing around. I almost didn't walk the stage to graduate, but one of my, and I was, they were, I think my junior high school, they were giving us like advanced math or whatever. So whatever advanced math I was, I failed it. But my teacher gave me an FSS. How do I get an F and be satisfactory? Just
you
because
failed, but I just want you not in my class.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But they wanted me to they wanted me to walk the stage. Fast forward, I ended up being late, didn't check in, was in line to walk across the stage, and they never called my name, and I cried my eyes out behind the curtain. And my mom, being not treating like the favorite, was like, "That's what your ass gets. You weren't supposed to walk across the stage. Did you learn your lesson?"
No.
There it is. Black sheep I am.
Wow.
There it is.
Wow.
There you
He's
go.
the exception to the rule.
But now,
But now you're giving her these trophies.
75 IMDb credits. She's like, "Oh, my prince,
Yep.
get you a trophy."
All them A's didn't mean nothing, did they?
Didn't need that.
What
Well,
does
I'm
your
shooting in
straight
Puerto
A
Rico
sister
now,
do
Mom.
now?
I'll call you in a few. What'd
Right?
you say?
What
Alicia, I
does
missed
your
your question.
straight A sister do now?
Oh, my sister's great. She is a teacher and a school administrator. So she's doing great.
Yeah,
She's
there
doing
you
exactly
go.
what she wants to do.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So am I.
Yeah. I
So
think
am
you
I.
were right where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
You're all doing good. Your mom raised some excellent children there.
Thank you. Thank you.
This has been fun.
This has
I'm,
been
I'm not
good.
I'm not wrapping it up. We've gone over so much. I'm trying to think about, was there anything left?
So you said that a lot of these scenes were very fun to shoot. In any of the things you've done, what was the worst thing to shoot?
Ooh.
Not just horror films, just across the board.
Just across the board, what was the hardest thing for you to shoot?
Oh boy. So this is probably the most annoying. I don't know if it's hardest. I was shooting a scene in The Oath. We filmed in Puerto Rico. Love Puerto Rico, but it's hot and it's humid and it's sweaty. I had a scene where this guy's character snatches me and has a gun to like my neck area. They at the time they had like actual heavy, real kind of a gun, but it's no bullets in there. It's you can't load it or whatever, but it's heavy like a real gun.
Mm-hmm.
My skin, I moisturize.
As you should.
So it's humid and we're sweating, and he grabs me in rehearsal, and he's got this gun like literally jabbing into my neck. He's going full out character, and he did a great job, mind you, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to rock with him, like, okay, cool, this is how we gonna do the scene. After they call cut for rehearsal, I was like, hey, Marquise, be careful with the gun, because like you scratched me already with it, and so it's kind of like it's raw right now.
Yeah.
From you to have the gun there, so like I'll make sure to sell it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let me do my part, and I'm gonna sell it. I said, but you rocking though. Keep doing your thing. Let's just meet that happy medium.
Bring it down a little bit.
The Oath was,
he does the same
show,
thing.
right?
What'd you say?
The Oath is a TV show, or
it was on Crackle. Yeah. So next scene, he does it again. Now I'm getting upset. I'm like, okay, we're gonna try this again.
Yeah.
So we go again, and he goes to do it again. And I was like, cut. I was like, my neck is basically bleeding right now. It's like I had
you
to
had
say
to, yeah.
something.
You're like, I'm in pain over here. Like this hurts.
And mind you, like I said, in Puerto Rico, we have mosquito repellent on. We're sweating, so now my neck is burning.
Yeah,
because it's raw. Like
scraped.
It was really, really. And then the outfit that I had on, I had this like some sort of a shirt that just kept
the collar.
Oh, it was so bad.
Rubbing against.
It was so bad. But watching it on screen, he still delivered. Like he did a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
And I saw him after the fact. I was like, yo, I was so. And he laughed. He said, I'm sorry, man. He said, they said action, and I'd hear what you would tell me, but then he'd fall right back into his character.
Yeah. And his character doesn't give a shit about you.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. So that was probably like one of the hardest.
Know about this show, and I'm very confused as to why not, because I just did a quick wiki search, and it seems like something that is very up my
marketing, advertisement. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I have a Sony television, so all of Sony's proprietary stuff, like their Crackle stuff,
it's there.
Usually just comes up. So
well, now you have a show to watch.
As I
Honestly,
literally,
and
right before I got on with you guys, I'm literally about to watch this the Power of Nintendo documentary on Crackle because it just advertised, but I've
Ooh.
never seen it. Yeah.
yeah, I was telling my husband about it. Because he's a gamer.
Yeah.
But please don't take this the wrong way. But the
That's
oath,
not-
I'm just gonna say, sounded like very religious to me. So I probably just skipped it.
No,
Like-
no offense taken.
Like there are certain shows like Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. I probably would have loved it, but I hated the title, so I would just never. And everybody's like, no, Alicia, that's like your like, why are you not?
How
But that
interesting.
one
Okay.
you told me about that I ended up loving. Well, and of course I watched it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was like, even though Jason Mantzoukas
I'm
was in it, I'm like,
sorry.
I don't care.
I don't think I saw that.
I'm like, this title, it sounds so stupid. And then I was in, and I was like, yes.
It's a comedy, and it was on True TV. It's on Netflix now, but it's a comedy, and it's so funny. Their relation, like her and her husband, are hilarious. She just cracks jokes basically the whole time.
Yeah.
And
Is it Big Mouth funny? Is it Big Mouth funny? Because I like Big Mouth funny.
it's raunchy. I haven't seen enough of Big Mouth to know.
Big Mouth is bad. It's so bad. It's good.
I know. I couldn't get past. I was like, I feel uncomfortable watching junior hires talk like this. I don't know. I was like, I can't.
That's why you got to keep watching it. That's why you got to keep watching it.
I might try. We'll see.
I mean, if you went through junior high school with your mind just wandering and trying to make sense of life and chemistry and biology and stuff like that as it's happening to you, you literally got to go, oh shucks, I remember that moment. Yep.
Oh wow.
There it is. Oh,
I've heard, yeah. A lot of people like that show.
Yeah, it's good.
I might have to give it another shot.
You guys watch that, and I'll watch I'm Sorry.
Yes. I love that show.
What is Big Mouth on?
Netflix.
Okay.
Netflix.
Yeah.
I don't know why I asked. Isn't everything?
Everything's on Netflix. So what's your aside? We'll just assume Final Destination 5 is your favorite. Aside from that one, which one is your favorite Final Destination movie?
It's a toss-up between the first one, because I love the first one. That, it grabbed you right off the bat. And the third one, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, was the third one where the guy like literally kind of got sucked from the inside out from
that was 4.
Drain. That was 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so I like that death in 4, but I didn't like the movie.
Yeah. 4 was kind of flat. Like it wasn't that.
Here's the thing: 4 made people not want to see our movie.
I read that.
I met so many people that were like, yeah, I was kind of like them before, so I wasn't too hyped for 5. And I was like, I can't be mad at you. I get it.
Yeah.
So I guess it would be between 1 and 3. 1, like I said, because it was the first one that, grabbed you. And then number 3, my boy Texas is in there, of course. And the whole roller coaster.
Smashed by the
doing
weights.
the weights. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was rough.
Yep.
But yeah, the roller coaster, that's one of my favorite accidents, the premonitions. Like that one is so intense.
Yep.
And I've had dreams where I've been on a roller coaster and the thing comes off, and I remember that feeling of trying to hold on. So watching that, I'm like, it's in my dream, but I can still feel the sensation of if it were really happening. Oh, I was like, oh Lord, I don't ever want that to happen. And that one's a good one. Tony Todd does the voice of the devil at the beginning of the roller coaster. There's that giant devil.
Yeah.
That's Tony Todd's voice.
That's so crazy.
Doing that, and then he's also the voice at the end on the subway when it's Mary Elizabeth Winstead and her sister and the other guy.
I did not know that.
Yep. All kinds of little things like that. Yeah. And he says,
so
what on what?
3.
Yeah, there was nobody like
besides like Texas, like not many.
Oh wait, on 3. No, there was Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Ryan Merriman.
Yeah, okay, let me be more specific. With the exception of Texas, not really many people I enjoy.
Oh, okay.
I
love Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Buddy, be quiet. Sorry, my dog is growling. He didn't like that. You guys must have said something.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
was
know
like,
what it
what?
It was all my fault.
He was upset about that. I heard him. That was from the soul.
I'm sorry, little man. I'm sorry, little one.
Oh, and then the beer. Okay, I'm jumping all over the place, but I keep remembering things. The beer is it you that brings in the beer? And
Yes.
5, that's Heist. It's Heist Pale Ale, and that's the truck that traps them.
Yep.
In 3.
Yeah.
And I think it's also on the freeway in 2. So
I love those nuggets.
Yeah, me too. Like I'm all about that stuff, and like I said, watching you in order, you just notice more stuff. And then I read the IMDb trivia, so I'm like, oh, that stuff. It's just so fun to me. It's just a fun series.
That's the cool thing about like movie making is like, making things that over and over again people appreciate, or you go back and you find different things after the fact. That's probably why like I'm stuck in the 80s for like video games and stuff like that, because it never gets old. It's always interesting and different. Nowadays I feel like I don't know if they make movies the same. I think it's more of like money grabs. The business part of it is really taking over.
You think Fast 55 is anything
a money grab?
More than your art?
Well, it's funny.
And here, and what's so crazy, like at least for me, like, and I hopefully get to the point where I get to do this myself, but there's a way to balance. Here's a FD5 term: balance the scales. There's a way to do this, where you can make money but still satisfy like the nostalgia of like filmmaking and really making it good. You got to invest in good writing. You got to have good focus groups. You can't just write some stuff and think it's just gonna fly. Like, you'll get some people will come and see it, but you're gonna get
you want
murdered
the repeat,
online. You want it to live forever.
Marvel's done a pretty good job of that.
I agree.
Of that, the Easter eggs and they have their movies that aren't that great, but for the most part, they've done a really good job of Easter eggs and keeping people involved and keeping us emotionally invested.
Have you guys?
They haven't called me yet, though.
No, you're gonna be on it. Watch.
I haven't, but I can't wait to see that.
I finished episode 1. I'm behind by 2 episodes now.
Oh, then I'm behind. If you're behind by, then I'm behind by 2.
There's 3 episodes out now. Yeah. I've only seen 1.
Then I'm only behind by 1.
Oh, okay.
All right. I'm not that far behind.
But yeah, Arlen, I'm saying it now. You're going to be on the MCU, and then you're going to have to come back.
Or DC, because Walter. No, listen. Here's the thing. Nope. I am leaving both doors open.
Okay. All right.
There are characters on both ends that I think would be interesting.
Universe would you like to play? I just
so here's the thing. When Static Shock got announced for DC, I was really excited about Static Shock because you can't tell, but my hair is locked right now to have like interlock. So I was like, if they don't make him a teenager and they do the Christopher Nolan darker version of Static Shock well into the future, he's a little bit older. You know what I'm saying? And go that angle, that would be amazing. You know what I'm saying? To not make it as popcorn fun, but really go dark with it, and then pull up some like real life stuff that's happening in the world now and reinvent that character.
Yeah.
Why not?
That would be fun.
That would be really interesting.
That I enjoy the DC villains more than the MCU villains.
I think because they have more human characteristics, except for Thanos, of course.
Yeah.
Thanos was a great villain.
Oh man.
Right. I'm just saying that I think that the DC villains, I mean, come on. I think of the original Jack Nicholson Joker, and it just doesn't get any better for me.
Oh yeah.
And then I thought, and I always forget his name, and it's really pathetic because I love him and everything. But he played the Joker in Gotham.
Heath Ledger?
No. In Gotham.
Gotham.
Show. He's on Shameless the Redhead.
Oh, that guy.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
We all know who I'm talking about. We just have to remember. He was fantastic. Like, I think I like the idea that the DC villains are all real people that went really ill. Like,
it gives them layer and context.
Yeah.
Like Scarecrow as a villain is very interesting to me. Poor Harley Quinn. Like, when people say Harley Quinn and Joker are couple goals, I'm like, you don't know the story if you're saying that. Full stop. Please stop. Please.
Yeah. That's not a good thing going on there.
Yeah. But if Marvel calls, if DC calls, I'm ready when they're ready.
You
All
guys
right.
heard it here first.
Yes.
He's ready.
We're rooting for that to happen. We want
Yeah,
that
man.
to happen.
Watch.
What if they offered you a villain role for the MCU or DC?
It can't be a one-off.
No, yeah, you
It
you
can't
gotta
be a one-off.
okay.
Well, don't worry. In the DC, we never kill our villain, so it's fine. You got
Right.
years.
If I do a villain, I want it to have like, you know, crazy like subtext and stuff like that. So that way I can do a standalone, you know, find out what's really going on with this person. You know, like you know how it's like sometimes if you're a hero long enough, they say you kind of become
You
the
turn
villain.
the villain.
And
yeah.
and then if you learn enough about villains, you kind of realize, dang, they're not really that
That
bad. They're
bad.
just really twisted up folks and had, you know, got a bad turn. Like
Yeah.
what is it? My God, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker was ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely ridiculous. Like, so from an acting standpoint, I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sitting here watching it like, do I get to vote for the Oscars this year? Like, how do I do this? Like, you know what I mean?
Don't you? We should.
Like,
Somebody's
you
got
I
to take
should,
that
yeah.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, that's what it's about. It's about the context. Like, I want something that's gonna really further my career in the long run, not necessarily just like, you know, a quick spark.
Yeah.
And depending on which angle you go, sometimes you get a quick spark and you become a star, and that's wonderful to become a star. I like the longevity and the slow cooking of a full career, you know, so that way you don't have, there's no such thing as a downtime. You just creatively doing different things and being as flexible as you want to be.
I swear, every time I turn on the TV and watch something, I'm like, oh, that's Arlen. Oh, look. Like
I love it.
There's a Christmas commercial that you did
my
where you're
gosh.
like carrying the gifts
With
to the
Volkswagen,
car.
yeah.
Yeah. My mom, she was like, oh my gosh, I love this commercial. And so I was watching and I was like, I know that guy. I was like, I play football with him. Yeah, and then I'm watching Magicians and I'm like, oh wow, Arlen is Princess. Man. Okay.
I'm telling you, I've been super duper blessed and fortunate. I booked the right job and I worked with just some amazing people. I really have. No complaints.
You're a good guy. I can see why. You're fun to play football with. You've always got a fun attitude.
That's right. I win with a smile.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever.
That's a little jab right there.
Yeah. You don't rub it in too much.
I don't feel like we'll ever see Arlen on a Watch Mojo top 25 most difficult celebrities to work with, which you don't think I watched a couple of those this season. You were wrong.
So, okay, I have one random question. If you could do an old horror movie, like if you could go back in time and be in that horror movie, like a classic, like Halloween or Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street, what movie would you want to be in? Or even a random one. It doesn't have to be one of those, but like a random one.
It would be a toss-up probably between, oh wow. Hold on. Can I have a couple?
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay, so I would love to do a Nightmare on Elm Street because Freddy Krueger is one of my favorite.
Yes.
He was snarky, funny, and scary.
Hilarious.
You know?
Yeah.
And stuff went over my head as a young kid. And then you go back now, you're like, oh my God. This is like watching Big Mouth.
Yeah, you're like, who is this guy?
And then It would be amazing.
Oh yeah.
That was, you know what I'm saying? Like even that whole remake was really good.
The remake was really good.
Yeah.
Well done.
And then if I had to pick one more, let me think. Critters.
Oh, that's a good. See, that's how I know you're a horror fan.
Not Gremlins. Critters.
No,
we
know Critters. We know Critters.
Oh wait. I'm sorry. I have another one.
What is it?
My bad. Trolls.
That's how I know you're a real horror fan, because those are like the off the grid horror movies that people don't know about. Trolls.
That's before VHS. That's beta time.
Yeah.
Beta time. Oh God, I was afraid.
It's so interesting having someone our age on the show.
It is. We don't usually get this level.
What was it? Who do we have on? Brian McNulty. What did he not know about?
Brandon.
Brandon. Oh, shoot, Brandon. Sorry.
Brandon, I love you. You're one of my best friends.
He's great.
He's an author. He writes horror, and I actually read his horror for him before he sends it. The editors were very tight. Met on our honeymoon. My husband always likes to make jokes about whether our son is really his, which is fine to make because our son is his clone. So But
There was something he didn't get, something
was
we
like,
talked about, and we were just like, well, we're done here.
we're done. Switch topics, youngin.
So yes, I
funny.
like those choices. Trolls, that's a good gym. Critters. The one thing I remember from the Critters series was the giant critter ball, and I think that was Critters 3.
I think so, yeah.
They all combine and become that giant,
Combined
and they
together,
they just roll over that guy and he's just a skeleton.
Yeah.
I thought that was so cool as a kid. I was like, that's hilarious.
You know what?
That.
Add that. I had forgotten about that for a minute. Can we add that to my list?
Of how you don't want to die
over by a giant ball critter.
By a giant critter ball, yeah. Yep.
Thank you.
They had a new one. Did you guys see the latest one? It's like there's like a female critter that they find, and she's like a nice one. It was so bad. It was very, very bad. Horrible.
She was nice.
It was like, it was like a little female critter.
Now, like, is it so bad I should get really drunk with Chris Long and watch it bad?
Yeah. I think you could make it fun if you were with Chris and inebriated.
Chris and I had our whiskey. Okay.
Yeah. Those are good choices. I like those. The thing that I like about Freddie is that he's emotional. Like Jason and Michael scare me because you can't, and I've said this many times on the show, but you can't do anything to them. Like you can call them names, you can do whatever. They're just going to stab you and keep moving. Like they don't care.
Yeah.
Freddie, if you say the right thing, you can piss him off and get him upset. And
you
it's
can
like,
push buttons. Yeah.
Right. And it's like, so I can get to you. I can't get to those other two.
Yeah. Freddy Krueger is Freddy Krueger, man. That is.
And Robert Englund, the OG.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
I've heard they're trying to do another one where it's him versus the guy that was Freddy in the remake.
That would be.
Don't do it. They shouldn't. I don't think they should do it.
I don't know how I feel about it, but I did not like that new Freddy.
It's not that I didn't like him. Well, they didn't make him good enough for you to like him. It's you can't stand up to the original Freddy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they did the right thing of trying to go back in the origin story. Like I get that part of it, you know?
Yeah.
That's why, like, there are just some things you shouldn't try to remake for those reasons. Like, I think the Jason and the Michael movies are easier because
there's no personality to.
That's true.
Yeah,
just rules. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I haven't seen them, but the people said the new ones with Jamie Lee Curtis playing Laurie Strode, which basically literally just picks up
erases.
I'm intrigued to see those. I just haven't found the time yet.
2018 Halloween I liked a lot, actually.
It was good.
Yeah. But and then we rewatched your Friday the 13th, and I remember liking it more than I remembered that I had, because I was like, it was okay.
No,
but then
I always liked it. Let's just say it had Ryan Hansen, Jared Padalecki, and Arlen all in one movie.
What more could you ask for?
And I gotta give it up to that girl. Those tits were on point.
Oh my gosh.
You're making him blush. Look at you.
That was the longest sex scene that I've probably seen in like a regular movie in a while.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it was when they're in the tent, right?
No.
Wait.
No.
Oh, the one in the house.
In the bedroom.
It wouldn't end.
It really wouldn't.
It didn't cut. I was like, they're gonna cut. Cut.
Wait.
They didn't cut.
No cutting necessary. I'm like, did I accidentally turn on a softcore porn at some point?
Yeah, it goes a little long for
yeah. You're like, okay, we get it.
But I think it works because it goes so long. Like there is such a stretch of time where nothing bad is happening. Like she's dancing on that table. You and him are having fun, like watching her dance. Then Trent comes in. There's such an amazing block of time in which you're just having fun with these people.
Yeah,
again,
that's true.
that when the horror cranks back up, you've been taken out of it for a minute.
Yeah.
Which I think was really, really well done.
Yeah.
Yay.
And that's the one with the sleeping bag death too, right? Where he takes and he slams them. Oh. That's up there on my list.
Those initial first deaths were really, really really violent.
Yeah, and you're like, oh well, the movie's over because it kills them all like in that first part, and you're like, well, I don't know where we're going from here.
Well, and that was really hard for me because I really like Ben.
Ben is
cool. Ben's great. Yeah,
I saw Ben in the cast, and I was like, this is an amazing cast. And I'm like, and you're
Jen.
sitting there, and like it was very well done, but it had all the main tropes, and you're like, well, Ben just fucked the big titted girl, so they're both about to get got.
Bye bye.
Bye.
All right, I think we've taken up a lot of your time here, sir.
Yeah,
But we've
Yeah,
had.
I've ignored a couple calls. Yeah, I think that's about right.
Oh, all right.
No, that's okay. This was good.
Yeah, this is fun.
Hey, wait, can you guys, here's a good question. Like,
Yes.
so name you guys is like, I'm very curious to see if it compares to what I have. What are you guys' individual top 5 horror films? But to be safe, so that we don't all like piggyback off each other, we should all like, you say one,
Wait.
I'll say one.
Okay.
Let's write them.
Oh yeah.
Do you guys have? You don't have pen?
Do you have a pen?
No.
He's like, no.
No.
I have mine. I know mine. I got mine.
Okay.
I don't have a pen. I'll put it on my phone. I could do that. Top 5. Are you okay? So are you talking? Because I have a different list for actually scary and just movies that are in the horror genre that I like.
Be as broad as you need to be.
Okay. Let's see.
Reading Rainbow. Take a look. It's in a book.
Have you seen that meme with the butterfly?
No, what did they do to my butterfly?
No, I'll have to send it to you. It's hilarious.
No, I don't know if I like this. No,
it's hilarious.
I can't do anything. Okay.
But when you look at the little comic and you listen to the words, you're like, yeah, that is basically what's happening. Oh, it's so funny.
Oh, no,
I'm gonna
I'm
gonna
getting
send
it
it
now.
to you. Yeah.
It's butterfly. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Ready.
Wait, you're ready? Okay, wait.
Oh.
And it doesn't have to be like, like in this specific order, just like, because it's
just
kind of hard.
5.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
5. Otherwise, we'll end up splitting hairs.
Right? Because I could go on and on about horror. All right, that's good enough for now. This is an off the cuff list.
Ooh.
All right, what does yours say? Ooh, the Shining.
The Shannon.
Jaws.
Carrie.
Wait, no. Oh, wait. I thought we were gonna do it one at a time.
Oh.
So that way nobody copies you.
Oh no, mine are done. So
she has hers on the list.
I can't copy.
Okay,
right,
okay, guys.
okay.
Okay. So you guys give me yours first, and then I'll give you mine.
The Shining, Jaws, Carrie, Misery, The Omen.
Ooh.
Okay. Good. Good.
All right.
Good.
I got night.
You noticed the theme of mine though?
Mm-hmm.
Jen noticed it if you
Yeah.
did. They're all famous novels. If I had to pick one for the rest of my life, I would pick books over movies. Don't hate me.
Yeah, she loves books.
I'm not mad at you.
Mine is Nightmare on Elm Street, The Grudge, The Conjuring, Dead Silence, and Blood Diner.
Wow. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So I'm gonna leave you guys hanging, and we'll just catch up with mine in the next one.
What?
All right.
Sounds good.
That's how you leave your audience wanting more.
And
This
then
is
you
a whole
got then you have
setup
to come
For
back.
them to want more.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
Okay.
No, okay. No, let me give you my 5 for real. So Get Out,
That's a good one.
good one.
The Skeleton Key.
Is that Kate Hudson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of
I
layers.
really-
At first, you think it's the first time I watched it, I was like, and then the second time I watched it, and so like I was able to piece more together.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need to watch that one
layers
again.
to that band.
Mhm.
Like, you gotta give that a couple watchings. I feel. To
Yeah,
really
it was
get
good.
Yeah.
The Others.
That's a
Yeah.
good one. That's a good one.
Oh shucks. I said Get Out, Skeleton Key, The
The
Others. Oh shucks. Hold on. I have my list. Where'd my list go?
Oh, I love that you have it
Oh, there it is.
on tap.
Got you. And The Conjuring, I had that on my list as well.
Yep.
That was really
that
really
one's
oh,
so
that was,
good.
It was so good. And
Yeah.
then the other one that I mean, it was cinematically beautiful. It was creative. It was interesting, and it was also like eerily, like scary and sad at the same time. Pan's Labyrinth.
Yes.
That's one I still haven't actually seen. Like I know the references,
Oh,
like the guy with the
it's-
hands.
It's really scary in a real scary way.
Yeah, I like that.
I
I like-
thought it was really interesting.
I have to see that one. You've
That's
seen
my
it at least.
five.
I like it. I like it.
Arlen's list had a lot of movies with a lot of layers, which I like.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Yeah.
Layered.
Yeah.
He's a layered guy.
Yeah. You know, Hamlet. You start with Hamlet. What do you do?
Start with
Where do you
Hamlet,
go from
Where
there?
do you go from there?
Where do you go from there? You know, you shoot
Volkswagen,
a music
apparently.
video and you
Yeah.
fall asleep because you can't act. That's where you go.
Nice.
Arlen, this was a blast. It was so good to meet you.
Likewise, same here. And I'm so sorry that it took so long. There was a lot of back and forth for us to actually finally do this.
It worked
I
out.
know that we
But
had
it worked out
and
just the way
then
it's supposed to.
unfortunately, guys, we were supposed to have Arlen on in Christmas times, and I'm an idiot who forgot that I do nails, and so like December I always pick up extra shifts, and I was like, so
No, this was perfect. This
No,
was
this-
good. I really, really enjoyed this.
This worked out actually very well because we were able to do the Final Destination series.
And please remind me to get you in touch with Texas. I promise you I
yes,
will.
yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, if you'd also like to get us in touch with Ryan Hansen
or JPad.
please feel free. We don't.
Anyone you would like to send our
I'm gonna
way.
reach out to. I'm gonna see who I talk to the most and reach out to them for sure.
Oh my god, that would be amazing. And
Yep.
even if you want to come on again and we can
Yeah,
talk to
we'll
both
have
of you. Yeah.
anytime, Arlen, you come.
All
Yeah.
righty. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yes, I like it.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna finish my Netflix stuff like at 12 at night. Be like, you know what? Let's do a Zoom interview now.
Let's
I
go.
just saw this thing. Let's talk about
Let's
it.
talk about it. Hey, yeah, come on. If you think of a movie that you like or some random movie you want to come on and talk about with us, please feel free.
We can talk about cartoons. I watch cartoons every night before I go to sleep.
Do you?
I really do.
Nice. What
Love
kind
it.
of cartoon? Well, Big Mouth, obviously.
No, Big Mouth is not a go to sleep.
Oh,
Big
okay.
Mouth is I'll just watch it. I go to sleep to 80s nostalgia cartoons.
Oh, nice. I
A
like
little
that.
So I'll do Transformers, Thundercats,
Okay.
He-Man, Care Bears, Gummy Bears,
Gummy Bears.
Darkwing
yes.
Duck,
Chippendale.
Chippendale's Rescue Rangers,
Chippendale.
Bonkers, anything throwback like
Love it. Tailspin.
Goof Troop. Oh, Tailspin. Oh my gosh. I was today walking around. I'm such a sorry. I'm going on. The interview's over.
That's fine.
I was walking today and I was like, if I got another dog, I would like to call him Baloo. And I was like, yeah, because this dog that we have, our dog is named Books. I was like, Books and Baloo. That works.
That works.
I had that thought today while I was
like it.
walking, but yeah.
I love it. The thoughts of Arlen.
He didn't say it, but you know he's also watching some Gem in the Hologram.
Oh, I love Gem. No, Gem is good. Are you kidding me? I don't mess with the misfits. I'm Gem and the crew all the way.
He's about that life.
Synergy. Synergy. If you know, you know. And if you don't, you don't. What?
That's all there is to it. Oh my god.
Rainbow Bright.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I had a sister too, so I got a good balance.
Yes.
I got a good balance in there. Fraggle Rock. I'm going now. There's more.
Fraggle Rock. Oh,
Silverhawks.
I could. Yeah.
Smurfs.
What'd you say?
Smurfs.
Oh my god.
The
And
Snorks.
the Smurfs and the Snorks.
That's all. They always their package deal. I always remember
Oh.
watching them together. The
Not
Snorks
just
and the
regular
Smurfs
Flintstones, but also I used to love the Flintstone Kids.
Yeah.
The
Yep.
Flintstone Kids
Flintstone
were
Kids.
good.
Caveman. What do they have? Captain Caveman.
Captain Caveman.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
shucks.
My false.
I still quote that cartoon.
Daria.
Ooh, I like Daria.
Oh, Daria's amazing.
Daria.
They're
Love
I think
some Trent before bed.
aren't they doing a remake to Daria? But
I
like
heard they are.
like live action.
I think
or
it's live
something?
action. Yeah.
Oh, guys.
You know that's all we do now is reboots.
Alicia down at the
Yeah.
end of this
I hope they do it right.
Yeah.
I'm
that's
not
what we
going
do
to.
now.
I have zero.
So then we just watch the old cartoon and then pretend the new stuff doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Because our
They
stuff
should do a
was pretty
Christopher
bomb.
Nolan version of Daria. And then turn her into a DC villain.
Yes. Yes. She would be a villain. That's hilarious. And her sister would be the hero that's not very good at being a hero.
Yeah.
Quinn.
The anti-hero,
Oh,
yeah.
Quinn. Yeah, that would work.
There it is.
Quinn definitely would have fallen for the Joker. Okay.
Yes, that Quinn for sure.
that one for sure. No.
That one teacher with the eye, he used to always get me. when he would
Yeah.
yell and that eye would get bigger. I was like, sir, you need to maybe calm down. Don't flare that eye up.
God.
Doesn't look good.
Okay.
All right, sir. We're gonna let you go for real, for real.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you.
Yes,
Bye,
thanks for
Arlen.
coming
Have a
on.
great night.
It's been
Likewise,
so fun.
you guys have a good one.
Is there anything you want us to I mean, other than so we're checking out the Oath on Crackle.
David Makes Man.
David Makes Man. Okay.
That's the one. Yeah, David Makes Man. I think it's gonna be really, really special. I'm super proud of it. I don't die in it.
Cool.
You know, my mom is really tired of watching it. She's like, whenever I book something, she was like, "Do you live?" She always asks me
just
that
tell
now.
me.
So yeah.
All right.
But yeah.
All right,
Yeah, man.
cool. Well, thanks for coming on. It's good to see you. Good to hang out with you.
Likewise, I'll see you on the field sooner than soon.
Yeah.
Have a good one. Bye.
Alicia, have a
Bye.
good one. Talk to you soon. Stay. I don't know if it's warm or cold in New York, but whichever one it is,
Stay
do the opposite. Yeah. Alrighty, guys.